Hey guys, and welcome to the Steele Wars Hyperchat. It is a Monday, the 26th of October, 2020, and it is 0 days without an accident. We had a misfire on the stream, and I was hearing myself about 20 times because I had a few too many windows open. Hey. So everyone's going to be catching up in the chat. It was very lively, and I had to start another stream. So welcome everyone that is watching live on YouTube, on Periscope, Twitter, and on Facebook, or listening on podcast or on our Patreon feed. Now, you guys, here's the deal. We'll talk about this a bit more later, but I am thrilled because after years, literally documented years of pleading with Hasbro, we are getting new characters depicted in the retro style. Look at them. We had the reissues of some Star Wars, A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, retro Kenner figures. We had the Tarkin. That was a new one they did with the board game, but from obviously a very old film. But now the dream is nigh. It is the retro Mandalorian figures. You got the Mandalorian with vinyl cape. You got Cara Dune. You've got IG-11. Now, we'll go into detail. I will review them in depth later on. We've got Kuel, who's just doing wonders for Ugnaught figures. You got the child, Baby Yoda, Yoju, if you will, Moff Gideon, and Grief Karga. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. If you don't know, I've got a I was a vintage collector, and then I collected them all. So then I stopped, and I've been asking Hasbro about this for so long, and we'll go into that in a little bit later. I have heard that some of the newer figures, I should just point out actually that a little bit of housekeeping. Our Mandalorian Season 2 prediction show contest was up on Saturday night. It was a wild time. It was like 2 hours and 45 minutes of video predictions and write-in predictions in the super chat, all that good stuff. And I missed a couple. So entries are still going, and I will fill them in with even more predictions on tomorrow's Hyperchat. I was going to do it today, but all this Mando Monday stuff, we'll do that today. Then we'll get back to the predictions tomorrow because Friday, The Mandalorian, Season 2. If you smell, Marvel fan says, one Marvel fan says that prediction show was really fun. Ian Gallagher says, I was going to get the Mando Yoju Black Series, but it sold out in 1 minute. I know someone in the other chat was saying that they're now using like bots that, you know, people use on the Supreme site, which is just crazy. You've got to defend against that. Like Supreme, it's limited run clothing. This should be mass marketed products. And I know I was kind of shocked when I looked at the retro figures. They don't come out till May, I believe. So it'll be Star Wars month. So but yeah, it kind of sucks that. But if you're in the chat, let us know if what struck your fancy and how you went with it, if you tried to get it or not. And Sam Carey sums it up. Every time I think about the words weekly live action Star Wars, I just get a big smile on my face. Going into the first season of Mandalorian, I was sort of just like, yeah, it's going to be Star Wars on TV, but it's not going to be the same. But oof, it was so good. So we've got the first Mando Monday, which we've been looking forward to. I was actually shocked that it was. I thought it was going to start the week after, but that's good sizzle. That's good sizzle. Now, I should full disclosure and kind of exciting news. I'll be doing some stuff for Mando Mondays for Star Wars in Australia and New Zealand on their like Facebook, Twitter pages, Instagram, all that good stuff. So that's why I've got my shill t-shirt on today. I'm doing the wrong way around. I thought I'd, you know, just come out with it. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be interfering with anything we are talking about here. Oh, and Charlie Ashby says this is the way to resell them on eBay for $1 million. Mary Reed says, oh, yeah, that is awesome. Thanks, buddy. Oh, Leidra is into the shirt. You can get that at steelewars.com or merchstore.com, everyone. So do that. But before we get into the Mando Mondays thing, I've got to show you this amazing video by Malik on YouTube. And it is If the Mandalorian Was an Anime. And it's sort of like the opening titles to If the Mandalorian was done in an anime form. And this is sick. It goes for about 1:34. And I want to make sure I get up his credit. And yeah, we'll watch this first. Let me know if it doesn't, the sound doesn't come up, but it should be fine. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you. A shill is as shill does. So let's check this out. It is dope.
Mandalorian opening this. This is the way.
Yes! Cute! How sick was that? Was that not just the dopest? Man, I would say, like, I want to see that show, but the live action thing, let's just stick with that. But whew, how sick was that? Paul Ponte says, love the music. Sam Carey says, not a big anime fan, but that was really cool. Ian Gallagher, this is dope. Leidra, yo, that was nice. So props to you, Malik from YouTube. Go over there and give him some subscribed. He's done heaps of, there's like If Fortnite was an anime, If Rick and Morty was an, If Rick and Morty. Oh la la. If Rick and Morty was an anime. And I think there's a Game of Thrones one and all that sort of stuff there too. Let's bail that. And so the Mando Monday, they had their like half-hour video on StarWars.com, which was really cool with Andy and all the gang. And I have just pulled out a couple of cool things with Giancarlo Esposito. Whew. Is he not the best? Are you not just loving his exuding? Like he is, like he's a top grade actor, and what he brings to the role and his enthusiasm in all these interviews. I just watched one on Good Morning America, and he killed it. He's just so personable. He's talking about his gardening, and he had the hosts like in stitches and they were doing it through the Zoom thing, which is hard. There was a bit of a delay, you could tell. There's like the two things that I think, I would alter in the marketing is like in the visual marketing, the posters and the trailer. More Giancarlo. That's what they're missing. You got your baby Yoda, Yoju, if you will. You got your Mandalorian. You got your Carl Weathers, Cara Dune. But get Giancarlo in. But when he's on the show, and when I see people getting interviewed, like in these mainstream interviews, and I feel like they want it to sort of stand by itself, like The Mandalorian to be, hey, this is a separate show called The Mandalorian. It's in the Star Wars universe. But I find that might be confusing for people. Giancarlo said when he was explaining his character that he's a part of the Imperial Remnant. So he used time on the show to say that. But what does that mean? I feel like they have to say, dumb it down and just go, hey, this is like the galaxy's in chaos 5 years after Return of the Jedi. And I'm like an Imperial. I'm part of the Remnant. Like that would explain it. And then people, I would assume that most people have seen the original trilogy. What do you reckon? You got to think that out of all the people that have only seen one trilogy, it's the original one. Or they'd be the most familiar with it. Maybe I'm just acting old here. But, I know people that went to see Rogue One and expected to see Rey. So Star Wars is very confusing how it all jumps around. I just feel like they need to push more that it's like they're talking, I think they talked about that a lot in the first season. And this season, it's in interviews, it's all about sort of, Moff Gideon talking about himself, Giancarlo talking about his character, and of course, Baby Yoda. But I feel like they still need to say, hey, if you've seen these three movies, which you probably have, they're three of the most beloved films of all time, then that's all you need to click into this. You probably don't even need that, but just to let people know it's not going to be like super confusing and have all these characters that they're maybe not as familiar with. That was quite a and people are just gushing about Giancarlo and Carl Weathers on the Mando Monday stream. Let's go to a couple of these highlights. This is with Giancarlo. I think this is where he is about to sort of set the scene and for season 2. And this is on StarWars.com's YouTube channel. Oh, sorry. I got the wrong one tied up, but we'll get this one out of the way anyway. HasLab, they showed for the first time the painted Razor Crest, $350. And I think there are a couple of hundred backers off getting to 13,000. And then the carbonite blocks, they've already added a vintage carded Yoju and crib, an escape pack. There was something, was there something else, or is the carbonite one the next thing? Either way, it's a banger, and the painted version is it's pretty good. It does. They're saying like one of the biggest vintage collection vehicle ever, 30 inches long. And some of these big words that come up, I really enjoy. Full cockpit. Main rear ramp. Side entrance. I don't want to yell out weapons locker because my neighbors, they might hear that and get worried about me. It's a very stressful week. All right, carbon freezing chamber. Carbon freezing chamber. You can have that on big letters. That's a sweet addition. Ah, the myth roll. See you, buddy. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, here's all the exclusives. All right, that is so. Is that loud for you guys? It is blazing in my headphones. I got to tell you that. But painted up, dramatic music. That's quite a toy. That's quite a toy. It won't be making its way here, but Sam Carey, Mando Mondays are great, but I need Toro Tuesdays for all the Toro memorabilia that will be relevant this year because of his inevitable return. Charlie Ashby says, growing up, the carbon freezer's chamber was my fridge freezer. It was mine too. It was mine too. These days, the kids have it too good. Saturday morning, I'd get a glass of water and I would put my Han Solo in there, not the Carbonite Han Solo, because that wasn't out. Well, I didn't have that figure. I had the Endor Han, and I would pop him in to a glass of water in a clear thing. I'd chuck him in the freezer. I'd plan ahead. Then an hour later, when I was ready go outside and play Star Wars, we're starting. Return of the Jedi. Frozen. Ashby knows what's up. He's throwing me a yes. Yes. Charlie also says, I used to put water on Luke's feet and hang him upside down for the Wampa. Ha, ha, ha. Well, that's a bit weird. I wouldn't go that far. That's just put him on block for a moment. I actually did that once for a video, to be honest. So, yes. Starkiller 100 wants me to eat the cereal. That is, I admire that you think that I have cereal in there. It's just an empty box. So, yeah, yeah, I might have, if I had it, I probably would have done it. I would, if it was if you gave me a super chat, I would have done it. But that said, I don't actually have the cereal. I want to get to, I hope this is Giancarlo talking about Moff Gideon, because this is a good time. I'm paranoid that this screen share is not going to do the sound. Here we go. Bang. All right. I'm pretty sure this is it.
Lightsabers are
This
the
is
legendary
awesome.
weapon of the Jedi and Sith.
The voice.
Both elegant and powerful. But one lightsaber is especially unique. Created by the first Mandalorian to be inducted into the Jedi Order, the darksaber featured
this voice.
singular black blade,
What a read!
rectangular hilt. Seen as the symbol of Mandalorian leadership, many have wielded this legendary saber. Following the fall of the Empire, the darksaber is now in new hands.
Oh,
How did he acquire it?
oh,
What are his plans for it?
ah.
All I know is that this time, the darksaber is properly where it belongs. This is my tool. This is like my right arm. I'm so happy to have this. Mandalorian, October 30th, Season 2. Moff Gideon says, watch.
Are you kidding me? That's what they should put that on the Super Bowl. Oh my stars. Why is that not a TV spot? Come on. Oh. Ashby, another good suggestion here. He's all over it. I want an in-universe Moff Gideon hosted podcast. A propaganda cast. That would be that was such a good read. That was such a good read. And Sam is him acknowledging Rebels and the Clone Wars lore made my day. Emily's here even. That's fun. So that was cool. Oh, here's another little Giancarlo one I liked with a bit more darksaber lightsaber play.
And you have to not break your wrist to get through the stroke. This
There's
weapon,
Andy.
this tool will do anything. The thing is to let it go, is to let it get sweeping motions that allow it to soar, and it will do exactly what you want it to do.
How fun is that?
What I love is the connection between the sound of it, because this sound
This bit
is the sound of the future. It's the sound of Moff Gideon. And you know that you have something I want.
Ooh, that's properly intimidating.
Ooh, is a good response. I cannot fault that interviewing. Oh man, that's good times. Good times. I'm getting I'm movie level. What about you guys? I am getting maybe it's been a slow year for excitement. But I'm movie level pumped. What about you guys? What level of pumped are you? Give me your pumped rating in the chat. Now, if you guys don't know, I actually own a sneaker store in Melbourne, Australia called the Shore Store, and I'm a avid follower of the sneaker industry because of that and because of what I already like. I love a good sneaker, and Adidas have had some hit and miss action, I feel, with their collabs over the past couple of years. And this one, I either like it's so crazy you have to put it in a cabinet, or you can wear it, it looks sick, and it's got subtle hints that it's from the movie. I don't want someone's face or a picture of a lightsaber on my shoes. That's my taste. So this one has been my pick of all the Adidas shoes. This was on the Mando Mondays thing, and I'm not required. I actually straight up, I'm not. This is not part of any paid endorsement, but this guy, whose name I've just forgotten, but he's from theundefeated.com. I'm going to make sure that these darksaber ones, these fit the bill. Star Wars reference and look sick without screaming Star Wars.
Fly like in the Empire. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different. Look at this part. The child.
See, these
I like
ones,
to whisper it because he's very important.
I'm not that hot on.
I like laces here too.
Hey, speed up to the shoes. I
I'm
want
a laces guy. So if your laces are fly, it means your shoes are fly. All right, what's next? Ooh, these are super fun. These are called
Yes, these ones.
dark sabers.
They are sick. So I think they're just Adidas Gazelles, maybe. And the 3-stripe, which is screen printed on, have little darksaber cracks. And where the Pro model, where it normally says Samba or whatever, it says darksaber in that classic Adidas font. So I love the way they've like really meshed the two brands, the heritages together. Paul Ponte says more like Dark Sambas. Dope. So I'm a big fan of those.
Big fan of this look.
Oh,
If
so
you
see.
don't know who that is, you need to watch the series because my man Giancarlo Esposito plays the heck out of that character.
Oh, what's your language on StarWars.com, buddy? Heck, that's a bit much. Heck. Sam, I did see the skateboard. We will get to those. Let's go to the hype rating here that we asked for. Michael Nip says, for sure, movie level excitement. Sean is 11 out of 10. Mary is extremely pumped. Sam Carey, definitely movie level. Theana is pumped, level 1138. Ian's up for the Darksaber shoes. And where was Charlie's one? Oh, Charlie said, consider one line from a 20-second advert made me giddy. I'm going with 10 out of 10. And to you, my friends, I say, enjoy it. Soak it up because it's the good action. Now, listen. Do I have another clip? No, I think I'm clipped out here for that. Star Wars Retro Collection 3 3/4-inch assortment. Kids and collectors alike can imagine the biggest battles and missions in the Star Wars saga with figures from the Star Wars Retro Collection 3.75-inch figure assortment with exquisite figures and features, and decorations. This series embodies the quality and realism that Star Wars devotees love. I don't want realism in my vintage figures. I want goof. The figure assortment features design and detailing inspired by the original 1970s Star Wars figures, as well as classic Kenner branding and packaging treated with a weather look. Characters in this assortment include the Mandalorian, Cara Dune, IG-11, Krill, the Child, Moff Gideon, and Grief Karga, each figure sold separately. Now, but I was initially stressed that because they come with those the stickers right there. So I'll bring up, this is the remnant one. That's the remnant stormtrooper, which that's going to come with a Monopoly. That's interesting. I didn't realize it came with a Monopoly. But at first, I was stressed about the weather look and the retro sticker thing, which I think you can take off. But in thinking about it, I'm probably going to open them up so they can live vicariously amongst my other vintage figures, because my vintage collection is definitely not in packs. I'm just riding loose, you guys. Got the weapons, but we're just riding the loose. So yeah, I was a little bit stressed about that, but fear not. Now, we have got these pictures are from Asbro, Cara Dune, Grief Karga with vinyl cape. Look at that. And they're spared no expense. His beard's grey while his hair's darkish brown. That's good to see. Oh, look at that. That just That looks like a sweet custom. A sweet, sweet custom. Now, IG-11. It's fine. They've got this rubber sort of separate pieced bandolier thing. And as we know, the original IG-88, it was molded on. I'm letting it slide because I'm having a good day. Emily's saying, technically, you can take them off. Mine did not go well, so my Tarkin is now loose. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not going to have to juggle with that. I'm just going to rip them open. I'm just going to Christmas Day those bad boys. Look at him. IG-11. Cool. What a figure. It's kind of an amalgam of like an old vintage Ewoks figure style with that color palette with the Kenner Ugnaught. Oh, man. So good. Because now I don't have to live this stupid fantasy that I'm ever going to customize some vintage figures. You know, you could get a vintage Ugnaught and paint it up. When am I doing that? Not 4 p.m. weekdays, I can tell you that much. Cool, looking so good. Moff Gideon. Hey. He's got a pistol. He's got his vinyl cape. Is it going to come with a one-colored clip-on darksaber? I hope so. I hope so. Biker Scout says lighter fluid and patience will get rid of those horrid retro stickers. Biker Scout, I have got neither of those. I know I can buy one, but the child, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know what you can do with it, but because it doesn't look that different to other child figures, it's probably like the least impressive, but it is going to look good amongst it all. And he is very cute. I guess the base is what it's that seems, the base seems more 90s, but I'm glad it's there. I'm glad it's there. I want it to float. And then you've got the Mandalorian, silver helmet, vinyl cape. He's got his holiday special weapon, whatever that is, the disintegrator. I don't know. This ain't no schmodown. It's just dope. So I am just thrilled with that. Oh, I can't say what. I'll put it on screen, but I'm not going to repeat Charlie's words there. Now, hey, let's have some fun and do some gloating because, yes, 5 to 6 years of in-person asking Hasbro to do retro versions of new characters. When they announced they were doing the retro collection, it was all A New Hope reissues. I was like, Fine. Didn't touch them. Already got them. The original versions. I want to see the other characters that I love in the saga be able to match. And it wasn't through lack of trying. Now, I'm sorry. I had to do this. I went into the archives. There, I could have pulled out more if I had more time. But let's go to Steele's history of asking for these figures.
Tail as we ramp up to Christmas, the holiday season. It'll be interesting.
Yep. It's nice. I love the all the solo figures.
2018. But I know I've got it on podcast from like 2015 as well.
On the vintage cards look like amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. What about this one?
Come on!
I've asked you this before.
Look at their faces!
Dream item.
I was going to ask it again.
Retro.
Give it to me!
New figures. I want like a vinyl cape Snoke. Do you know what I mean? I want a Snoke. Do you know what I mean? I want a Kylo with a telescopic lightsaber.
Well, that could be cool.
Yep. Can you make me some bad toys that I'm going to
I will
love?
make you some rubbish figures. Yeah. I know there's something about that. There's something about that look that is that'll never go away.
That would That would get me very excited. For 2 years.
All right. So there's that. My neighbors must think I am bonkers. I will have to text people after this show. Hey, but it doesn't stop there. I didn't let up. They brought out the retro figures. They got my hopes up, and then they dashed them with figures we already knew. So I had to keep pressing. Come on. What a day.
Yep. Now, this is my standard question that I've been asking people from Hasbro. Before I even did a podcast, I'll get up at the panel and ask this. I am desperate. This is what, if you've got some spare time in these 3 years,
Yep.
a retro line that covers prequel and sequel figures. I want my Kylo Ren with extendable lightsaber.
Let's go to their faces. Look.
The Tarkin, amazing. Like, you know, that's like a weird dream come true. Is there any more plans to extend that line, and how's the response been?
The response has been amazing.
Mhm.
So we launched it, came out into stores and kind of disappeared. So there'll be more stock coming to stores later this year because people have really loved it.
Make other ones.
We have nothing new to share right now for retro.
Okay.
What about next year?
Certainly,
Hey?
the fact that it's performed so well.
Okay.
Ah.
That is great. With everything coming.
So let's celebrate the wins, you guys. Very excited. I put my credit card where my mouth is. I was shocked. I didn't realize the system was that you order them now for May, but you don't get charged for them until May. So, or where I bought them from, which I do have to say, Entertainment Earth. I got the case there. You get, I think you end up getting a free figure if you buy them by the case, and it's, I think maybe you get 2 Baby Yodas or something. So you get the whole set, which I was really psyched for. And that's a nice independent retailer. I went through, if you're going to go Entertainment Earth, what you do first, go to Yakface. This is not organized plug. This is just what I did because Yakface, Jason does such a good job. Go to Yakface, his Twitter, hit his website. There's an Entertainment Earth link there. I click that. Then I selected my figures, and then he gets a sweet bit of cash commission. So do that for old Yakface if you're going to pick them up. And I know a lot of people had some issues with maybe the newer figures, as we're talking about at the top, using the bots and stuff. But an hour ago or something, I got the box and of vintage ones, and they had all the vintage ones there still on offer. So that is a bummer, but then the shops will get them as well. So I just couldn't. Like, I wanted these figures so much, and I do have to say the thrill. I haven't bought a Star Wars action figure that wasn't like a convention exclusive that I was attending, so I was getting as a memento. I haven't just 10, 15 years. I bought some before, and I was like, oh, I feel like a bad motivator. I the rush is back. I did buy Figure Arts figures, but like a Hasbro figure. That's what a feeling. What a feeling. No, Johnny Harrison's not up. He's not home yet. But let's should we just click through a few of these? Maybe I do have to finish by about 5, but let's run through a few more. So this is a very controversial one. The Black Series 6-inch Din Djarin, or the Mandalorian. His face has come under. I see if I can get a zoom up on this face right there. People are not enjoying this face at all. Let's see if I can get this up there. Oh, there it is. There's the Dinjar. Oh, no, that's Charlie Ashby's Twitter. Sorry, everyone. I messed up there. I apologize. But yeah, apart from that, which is a little bit odd. Let's click on that so I can get that up. Yeah, the face, they have problems with handsome men because Oscar Isaac has just been disrespected time and time again. And, you know, you can go back, like the ironic thing, go back into vintage Star Wars, and like one of the most sought after figures was this. It's the Stormtrooper Luke Skywalker in Stormtrooper disguise, which, you know, in the 80s was like, oh my God, Stormtrooper disguise, that's so sick. But then you take off his helmet and it's just like, put it back on. So it is a time-honored tradition that these, like, look at Harrison Ford. He's like one of the most handsome men in the history of cinema. And boy, did they do him wrong. Oh, ugh. Well, I guess he just came out of carbonite there. However, it is 2020. They're doing face scans. I feel like people shouldn't be doing Photoshops day of with the facial. So okay, here's my theory. The sculptor who's in charge of doing the face, they go home. They tell their significant other. They're like, oh, I'm doing Pedro Pascal's face at work. And their partner is like, oh, he's hot. Yeah, he's great. Lucky you. Or Oscar Isaac, same thing. It might be the same sculptor. And so as revenge, they just give him the old, let's see if I can get that face up. Never get this to work. This is Zoom. Oh, here we go. No, the photo does not want to zoom at all. So I'm going to quit trying. Yeah, so that's my theory. Charlie's theory is a fly flew into the face scan at the same time as Pedro, and Hasbro Cronenberg the whole thing. Either or, I think. I think we're both they're both interesting tales. Okay. Leidra says, oh my gosh, Charlie. Michael Nip says, sculptor obviously a fan of John Wayne's grandson, so they gave Pedro the squish face. But see, this is what I want. So, but that's in a Black Series figure. So that is definitely not what Black Series want figures that, look at that. That's a figure arts. Look at him. See, that's what the Black Series collectors want. And this is what Steele reliving his childhood wants. This is very similar, this face that will be to Steele Wars fans. There he is. So yeah, Entertainment Earth, if you want to check out those vintage collection figures. And I don't think I've ever bought anything from Entertainment Earth. I'm just not a big collector, but I respect their company because they've been in the game forever. And I know they did stuff with Adam Paulus, who was they might still do it, who is an action figure reporter, blogger, content creator that I followed heavily in the 90s when Power of the Force 2 was dropping. He had some good things come out. I will just talk about, before we go, people have been hitting me up about this, and I'm pretty into it. It is the Element Skateboards Mandalorian collection. Now, on their site, this is the thing with skateboards. There is a skateboard shortage at the moment due to COVID and everyone getting like more active and getting back on their skateboards, you know, like myself. So and because they can't make them as fast because of, you know, the factories closing down and stuff. So on the Element site, there is very few skateboards, and most of the Star Wars ones have sold out, perhaps because of their Star Wars, but perhaps also that there is no other skateboards there. I want to wait there. Let me try get Yakface posted up a link. Oh, okay. So these are the ball. Oh, actually, no, this. See, they're not on the site anymore. But okay, so here are the decks. Mandalorian helmet, pretty sweet. Yoju, which I love that. The This Is the Way thing is like a top print, but I like that art. These are already sold out. You might be able to find them at independent retailers. But Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary Element decks with Ralph McQuarrie concept art. There's a 3-pack of those that find the picture. Oh my god, check. That is just so sick. And then this is sort of frizzing out on me right there. Oh, yeah. So you got the top graphic on the top side is all Ralph McQuarrie art that joins into a big 3-piece. So the Element site's having a little bit of a flap at me. But yeah, that Ralph McQuarrie one is super sick. I love that Yoju one, and this one's pretty sick. Hunter and Prey with sort of just like key art. But the top graphic is I really love. I wish that was on the bottom, just for wall display. It sits better. But Element's like slogan is Wind, Water, Fire, Earth, and they've got Wind, Fire, Water, Earth pictures from the Mandalorian. So it's a very nice or as they call them, collab between the two brands that sort of fits. So that is pretty sick. But I think out of the decks, they did a Tusken Raider, which is a big call. There's all 3 of them there. Did it. Oh my god, I'm going to someone's SoCal board shop. And they actually do, all the lines do join up. They're not the same colors, but if you notice, like the lines around the boards continue onto the next board, which I very much love. I wish all the pictures, like I like it when they all join together to make a big picture, but the fact that the art sort of connects, that's a good look. I have to rate that. And I'm picky about skateboard collabs, but that gets the good use of the license. And Johnny G, great skateboard reference. Had to pop this up on the screen. You'd need some cockroach rail slides to protect them sweet graphics. My friend Mike Martin just started a skateboard rail company, Mike's Drumsticks. So that is pretty sick. Braxton says there is holiday special news. Don't know if you talked about it already. I did not. I'm about to finish up. Post it. Let's go. Let's see if I can. Star Wars holiday special. This is breaking news. Maybe. I even know what it's going to be. Is it just how Rey's going to meet young Kylo? Is that what you're talking about, Braxton? Because that is odd. Okay, yeah, young Ben Solo. All right, we'll go to this is EW.com. Braxton says it's big news to him. Well, I sort of like just take the Lego Star Wars as like a comedy sketch. So I just want jokes and Star Wars references and jokey Star Wars references. But I'll read this article from EW. Disney's Disney Plus's Lego Star Wars Holiday Special is planning some timeline-busting character mashups, like 3 different era Obi-Wan Kenobis. That is interesting. 2 Han Solos, 1 old and cranky, 1 young and just slightly less cranky, and Rey meeting pivotal characters from across the Star Wars saga, including a young Luke and a young Kylo Ren, and also fighting Darth Vader. Yeah, so I just see it as like a robot chicken. Like I just want to like be amused. It doesn't like, I just don't take it that way, Braxton. As Michael Nip says, it is canon adjacent. But people can be excited about it. I'm in it for the jokes. Yet it is, says Record Scratch. Whoa, I did not know that, but I am officially excited now. So I'm marking Yet it is official excitement. And why not? Because this is a ripper week. Join us each day on the Hyperchat. We should be having Corey Thursdays on Thursday, and tomorrow we'll check out some news, but we'll hopefully, the goal, if it's not bumped out of the way by something, some Mandalorian craziness, we will wrap up the prediction show. Go back and check that out. It's on podcast and YouTube, and it was a ton of fun. Hey, let's help out this algorithm. Let's click all the buttons. They're all great buttons. Click them all, except the one that says unsubscribe or block. Don't hit that one. That's 0 buys on that. I'm very excited about these action figures. I'm very excited about the Mandalorian, and I'm thrilled that I get to be excited about toys. It's I'm enjoying the surge of endorphins in these bizarre times. So I hope you guys find a way to do that yourselves, and have a great rest of the day. We'll catch you tomorrow on the Hyper Chat. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and may that force be with you.